Hello. Welcome back to Underrated Movies. I'm your guy, I'm your man, Mr. Alton Henry, and today I'm going to talk to you of another movie. Silver Linings Playbook, directed by David O. Russell, starring Bradley Cooper, Jennifer Lawrence, Chris Tucker, Robert De Niro, and Jackie Weaver. The story about a man who has a giant mental breakdown once he finds his wife cheating on him. He beats the cheater, and then he is admitted to a mental hospital for quite a while. And then you see him try to overcome his trauma until he meets another woman who is trying to overcome her mental struggles, sex addiction, and they try to help each other to ease through their issues. And soon they are offered to. I mean, that's basically the core of the story. Eventually, they got this dance competition. They both try to enter to try to work towards one another. And it's a romantic comedy, and then they're gonna try to add something to kind of like a secondary plot to kind of keep things interesting. And this is pretty good. I remember working at the theater, and then this movie was playing, and then during my break time I would check it out. And with David O. Russell, he directed one of the best action comedies ever made, Three Kings, which is vastly underappreciated and underrated, which I think I've already talked about on this channel. And then it was really interesting that they were able to balance serious subjects with a romantic comedy vibe to it, but then they don't over exaggerate on the comedy. And that was very unique. It had a very unusual mixture balance of genres, and then David O. Russell, and I haven't seen all of his work, was able to mix the genres together and come out with a very interesting and very character-driven story. And I actually kind of like his style with this, where there are certain character build-ups, and when it leads to that, it becomes quite shocking and hilarious at the same time. And that's rare from what I've seen from a filmmaker to able to pull that off. Jennifer Lawrence deserves her Best Actress award for I forget her name. I believe her name is Tiffany, where she is trying to overcome her sex addiction to deal with pain and trying to how to deal with it. She becomes very energetic with her personality, and this it really shines. So when her character pretty much gets the idea to, we need to help each other, because there's a moment in the film where Bradley Cooper kind of has his mental breakdown, and then she feels completely sorry she gaslets him into a situation, and then he gets overwhelmed, and then you kind of see him freak out, which is kind of sad. But then once she realizes the error of that moment, and then believes to help him Bradley Cooper trying to win his wife back, which she cheated on you. I don't understand why, but it's movie came out 10 years ago. It is one of those help me help you scenarios, where you see Bradley Cooper desperately trying to improve himself so he could earn the love of his ex-wife. But the ending's bittersweet, though. I'll give it that. Spoiler alert: he doesn't. He gets with Jennifer Lawrence. It's a good film. It's a good romantic drama. Actually, it's one of my favorites. And I don't normally watch romantic comedies, but this one, I don't know. This one really spoke to me. Like, it really spoke to me. I think I like that it dealt with characters dealing with mental struggles and trying to mentally move on from whatever um, situations or scenarios that cause them to basically freak out. And it's you could really internally feel it. Chris Tucker, who's in the film as well, plays one of the guys, one of Bradley Cooper's friends, who I think was also involved in the mental institution, and then he ended up getting out. They don't show him a lot. He has a few scenes here and there that he tries to help guide Bradley Cooper to the direction he needs to be by trying being better. And then I think John Oates is in this. He plays another friend of Bradley Cooper's, and kind of an a-hole character a little bit, but not too much. But he cares about Bradley Cooper a lot. But I'm gonna tell you guys, like, this to me is probably a near flawless romantic comedy. This is one of my favorites, guys. It's one of my favorites, and I'm really like Jennifer Lawrence deserved that Best Actress award. Bradley Cooper, which I don't remember if he was nominated for Best Actor, but he was freaking great in here, and I remember, man, I thought this movie should have gotten more hyped. Uh, it was great. This is a great film. One of my favorite scenes in there, and I have quite a few scenes in there, and what I really liked it that the movie tries to retain its serious, dramatic vibes to it without trying to be over the top with its comedy, and I really like that. There were some moments in there where they could have gone exaggerant, but then to the core of the story, it's about these characters moving on from are battling their mental struggles, and you really feel that with this movie. You really do. One of my favorite scenes in there is the scene where Bradley Cooper reads a letter from his ex-wife, and then I think he has a dream, and then he starts to freak out in the home of his parents, which was played by Robert De Niro and Jackie Weaver, and then he accidentally bumps his mom down, and then Robert De Niro beats Bradley Cooper down, and Bradley Cooper ends up fighting him back a little bit, and then the cops come in. It's like, is everything going on? They try to cover it, and then it gets a little. And then one of my another favorite scenes were during the where Jennifer Lawrence and Bradley Cooper are dancing and practicing. Bradley Cooper gets a letter from Nikki, and then I remember Jennifer Lawrence hides the letter from him so he could kind of concentrate on. But it didn't work. They do a couple of dancing tricks, and then Bradley Cooper keeps messing it up. It's like, I can't do it. I gotta look at that letter. I gotta see what's going on. He looks at it, and it's not good news. Man, I would highly recommend this movie. Silver Linings Playbook. Have you seen it? Comment below, let me know, and let me know what is your favorite underrated movie.